بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن أحسن الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Okay, today inshallah we're looking at chapter 49 in Kitab-ut-Tawheed, chapter 49, and this is concerning, as the Shaykhul Islam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab begins the chapter heading. He says, Bab qawlullahi ta'ala وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ رَحْمَةً مِنَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ ضَرَّاءَ مَسَّتْهُ لَيَقُولَنَّ هَذَا لِي. This is an ayah in the Quran, the meaning of which is, in fact to the end of the verse, so the ayah is وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ رَحْمَةً مِنَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ ضَرَّاءَ مَسَّتْهُ لَيَقُولَنَّ هَذَا لِي وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رجعت إلى ربي إن لي عنده للحسنى فلننبئن الذين كفروا بما عملوا ولنذيقنهم من عذاب غليظ. This ayah is in Surah al-Fussilat, Surah 41, verse 50. And the general translation of this, the meaning is that if we were to give him a taste of mercy from ourselves after he had been afflicted with harm, he would certainly say that this is for me, meaning this is due to my merit, this is because of my own merit, this mercy that Allah sends down upon him, this is due to my merit. And I do not think that the hour will be established, but if I am brought back to my Lord, then surely there will be for me the best wealth with him. Then Allah continues, then we will verily show to the disbelievers what they have done, and we shall make them taste severe torment. So this is the ayah which generally relates to denying Allah's favors and ascribing the favors of Allah to oneself. And then Shaykhul Islam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab brings some commentary from some of the tabi'een, and from them is Mujahid, who says in explanation of this ayah, that Mujahid said that it's as if هذا بعملي وأنا محقوق به هذا بعملي وأنا محقوق به. This is due to my action and I am deserving of it. And Ibn Abbas said, you read, meaning that this person who is that Allah is referring to, he is saying, min indi, that this is due to my merit, this is due to my own merit. And then Shaykhul Islam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, he says that there's actually another ayah in the Quran in which Allah is quoting one of the associate or someone called the person called Qura, who's referred to in the Quran in Surah Al-Qasas. He says, إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَىٰ عِلْمٍ عِنْدِي, meaning that I've been given this, whatever he has of wealth and so forth, due to the knowledge that he has. And Qatada said concerning this ayah, due to knowledge which I have about the various ways of earning, of income. And other people said, other commentators said, ala ilmin min Allah anni lahu ahl, meaning that I received this on account of knowledge which Allah gave to me, but which I was deserving of. And there's also the saying of Mujahid, utituhu ala sharaf, I was given it on account of on account of me deserving it or being worthy of it. So in other words, all of these commentaries upon these verses, the general meaning here is that whenever a person is given something from the mercy of Allah, Allah bestows him with something, then he starts saying that this is, I earned it. It was due to my efforts, it was due to my action, it was due to my knowledge. it was due to me because I deserved it. Right? This is a general theme and a general meaning here in this chapter. And so we go now to the commentary of Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan. So he begins by saying that this chapter is a great and mighty chapter. And we've already seen a similar chapter to this previously. Obviously there's another chapter that has a similar theme, and this is concerning the verse يَعْرِفُونَ نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ يُنْكِرُونَهَا, that they acknowledge the favour of Allah and then they deny it. And this is a chapter that occurs previously in this book. So then the Shaykh goes on to comment about this verse, and he says that the saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ, that if we were to give this person a taste, and the person being referred to here is the person who was already been mentioned previously in the same verse, because prior to this Allah mentioned about this person, لا يسأم الإنسان من دعاء الخير وإن مسه الشر فيئوس قنوط. That Allah is speaking here generally about mankind in general, saying how this person that he doesn't he doesn't tire from always supplicating for the good, but as soon as some evil afflicts him, then he is someone who's just basically full of despair, and he's just full of despair, meaning he loses all hope and he's full of despair. And here when Allah is referring to al-insan, he's speaking to mankind in general. He's speaking in mankind in general. And so therefore, when some harm afflicts him, meaning either some calamity in his wealth or in his body or whatever, then he loses all hope and despair of any deliverance or safety from Allah. He just despairs of the mercy of Allah completely. And the Shaykh goes on to again comment upon the first part of the verse, وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ, that meaning if we were to give him a taste of, or give him something, rahmatan minna, of some mercy from ourselves, meaning that we give him some good health in his body, or some cure in his body, or we relieve him from the poverty in which he was in, the poverty which he was suffering from, as Allah says, min ba'di dharra'an massathu, that we give him a taste of mercy after a time of affliction, right? So he's in a time of affliction, and then we give him some mercy. And this mercy could be in the form of, he could have had a disease, so then we relieve him of that disease, or he could have been in some kind of poverty or hardship in terms of his wealth, and then we relieve him of that, right? So this is the context in which Allah is speaking about mankind. But if we were to do that, then he would say, لَيَقُولَنَّ هَذَا لِي, right? So now here is where he's saying that I received this because of some merit, or because of knowledge that I have, or because of my own virtue, or because I deserved it, or something like that. Right? So he starts making the likes of these statements. And so in essence, what he's done is, he's totally forgotten the calamity he was in. He's totally forgotten the hardship that he was upon, and he totally forgets from where this blessing came from. Right? He thinks it's actually come on account of his own action, or his own handiwork, or his own ability or power. And so he says, هَذَا لِي, meaning, this is on account of me. And so he doesn't show gratitude to Allah, and nor does he acknowledge this favour that came to him from Allah, but rather he ascribes it, this favour, to himself, and to his own striving, to his own efforts and his own earning, or even to his forefathers or his his ancestry. This is how he is. So then the Shaykh says that Mujaddid said, and Mujaddid here is Mujaddid bin Jabr. He's a noble Imam and one of the most senior of the Tabi'een. He says in commentary of this statement, هَذَا لِي, that when this person says this is due to my own merit, Mujaddid explains, he says, هَذَا بِعَمَلِي وَأَنَا مَحْقُوقٌ بِهِ, that this is on account of my own efforts, my own actions, and I am deserving of it. So, meaning what he's saying is that this favour that's come to me is because of the actions that I did, and because of my striving and my earning, and my efforts and so on and so forth, and I am deserving of it. I deserve it. I am the one who who acquired it. I am the one who brought it together.